everyone, and welcome to this week's video where I'm going to do an overall review of the Wales trip. First up, let's talk about the zip welds. We went to 3 different zip welds. We did 2 things in each zip weld. The first one we went to, it was the forest coaster, which I absolutely loved. That was one of my favourite things we did. I just think because I won when we was doing the track and you get your times at the end, and my time won, which I was very happy about. I loved it. I just didn't put the brakes on until right at the end where my husband and daughter did. So I think that's why I really enjoyed it, because I never win at anything and I actually won at something, which I was very proud of myself for. My daughter really enjoyed that one too, and my husband enjoyed the bit when you go up, because you go up the hill and it's quite a long hill you go up on your little truck thing that takes you up, and he was just relaxing and vibing with it, so he was very happy doing that. The next thing we did was the swing. When you booked it, it looks like it was a swing over a mountain. It wasn't. It was just a little, it was quite a big swing, and it did give you a wedgie and a front wedgie for girls, and it was really uncomfortable. Probably wouldn't do that again, but the swing wasn't over a mountain. It wasn't a big drop below. It was quite fun. If you're little, it's probably more fun, but it's really uncomfortable when you're on it. Next up, in the other zip world, we did the UK's fastest zip line, and that was really fun. First of all, you do a little one to get used to it, and then you go to the big boy to do the zip line. It's so fun. Your face is proper, like the wind is proper pushing your face. The video would have been hilarious to get, but we didn't buy it, so we just didn't need to. My husband's favourite one was that one. Me and Summer both enjoyed it, but it wasn't our favourite. And what else did we do there? Oh, the aero thing, where you basically swing round. Your body just gets flung. Nice way possible. That's what your body gets flung. And actually, like round the corners, it drops, and then it completely flings you. If you kind of have neck issues and anything like that, probably not worth going on that ride to risk it. But when you are at the restaurant, you can sit outside and watch that, and it is hilarious just to sit there with a cup of tea, coffee, drink or food and watch people on that ride. I think that was brilliant for that day. Loved zipline, loved it, but one of my most favourite things was sitting there watching people on it and just laughing at how people do it. It was so funny just to watch them land as well. One of the landings is really quite harsh and people were just flying everywhere. It's just hilarious to watch. And the last one was the caves. I was super nervous for the cave one. The first one we did the obstacle course, zipline course. You kind of get put into groups and then you go off to a little training centre in the cave, and they train you up how to do it. Like any normal zipline, it's like a little course. So you do the ladder, you hook yourself on. There's a few zip lines to practice on before you go into the main cave, and the main cave was big. Some of the drops like below you were really dark and scary. We could have got our phones and recorded some of it, but I definitely was not getting my phone out to lose it down one of the caves and drop it on a zip line. That was not worth it for me. I was absolutely petrified doing this one. I think it was because of the dark drops, and like sometimes when you was doing the zip line you couldn't really see the bottom, and right towards the end before the stairs of heaven as they called it, you was basically walking along a rope that wiggled, and the person in front of me didn't do it. He got off, but I did it. I was petrified, but I'm so proud I did it. It was really fun. I think overall it took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours to do the zip line, because it's a really long zip line one and an obstacle course. It was brilliant. Really did enjoy it. It just scared absolute pants off me. Summer really enjoyed it as well, and my husband really enjoyed it. I was in front of them, I was leading the way, Summer was in the middle and my husband was behind. But they thought they let me lead the way so they can use my pace, because I was probably the slowest out of all of them, but I actually wasn't. The person in front of me was slower than me, which was fine. So we kind of had a slow pace, which was fun and relaxing, as well as scary as hell. We also did bounce below there. So basically in the caves, it's like a trampoline in the caves, they're all attached to the walls. You bounce around, it's quite big. But after doing the zip line, our legs were knackered. We did have an hour's break between them, but I needed more, like out jumping on that and doing the zip line obstacle course. My legs were hurting, and the next day my legs felt it. Well, all our legs felt it, other than Summer's, because Summer's got very strong legs from dancing. But me and my husband's legs were hurting after that. It was fun. Bounce below was okay. It wasn't my favourite at all. I just think because I was knackered, so there was no point. So it was worth doing. It just made me more knackered. I think if I wasn't so tired, it would be more fun, but I was quite tired by then. Now on to the rest of the holiday, where we stayed. Basically it was a chillaxing adventure holiday, so we done lots of the relaxing in the accommodation, which was a kind of it was a shepherd's hut. That's what it was. It was a shepherd's hut. We stayed on a farm and we had a shepherd's hut. Summer had her own room, and then me and my husband had a room together, so she wasn't in the same area as us. And it also had a separate kitchen. There is a whole video on this, and I will put the link below if you want to see the proper room tour. But it was beautiful. It was there was a little country road between the main farmhouse and us. The main farmhouse also had other accommodation with it, but it was nice being off it. It also had a hot tub, but not a hot tub maybe what you're thinking. It was just a fire that warmed the hot water in the tub. No bubbles or anything. That's a jacuzzi. That's why. So it was a hot tub. Also, it's a farm. We went when it was lambing season. We got to see a week-old lamb, 5-day-old lamb, and when we went in to see the lambs, there was one that was 5 minutes old, just given birth, so there was blood everywhere still, but they were so cute. We so wanted to take one home, but I don't think I don't think a sheep would love living with us in our little garden. But it was adorable. Oh, they were, the lambs, the sheep, they were just gorgeous. They also had puppies, I think 5 puppies, and we saw them when we turned up, and they were beautiful as well. Also had some cows. The cows weren't so beautiful. They were just there. There were no little cows. But the little lambs and the dogs were beautiful, so cute. We did go for a drive and stop off near one of the lakes, and when we did, we had the tornadoes flying through the valley, which was amazing to see. Summer is a part of cadets, RAF cadets, so she's really into her plane. She's flying a little plane, don't know what they're called, the tiny planes you hear going around. She's learning to fly at the moment, so her seeing them tornadoes fly through the valley was an amazing thing to see. So they went by the lake and then they turned around the mountain. Fantastic to see. Overall, this holiday I would 100% recommend, and we are planning to go back and stay at the shepherd's hut at some point, maybe just me and my husband when Summer's off at uni next year. But yeah, we're definitely planning to go back to North Wales because it was beautiful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.